You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters, we're going to talk about Caitlin Clark. We got a couple of different WNBA entities that have made comments about Caitlin Clark, and Diana Taurasi is one of them, as she is now trying to walk back her comments about reality coming out and hitting Caitlin Clark in the face, or whatever it was that she came out and said, but she acted like Caitlin Clark was not going to be able to play in this league. Now, has it been perfect? No. Has her coach done her any favors? No. Has the game plans done her any favors? No. And most undoubtedly, you can tell WNBA teams have a target on Caitlin Clark. No doubt about it. All right, they're trying to get very physical with her, and I guess that makes sense. I also said Caitlin Clark needs to be playing point guard, and that offense should run through her. We've also got words from Sue Bird coming out making comments about exactly what it is Caitlin Clark's trying to deal with from the standpoint of, look, she's trying to come in and essentially having to be the savior of this league. Make no mistake, it is all on Caitlin Clark's shoulders. Now, I guess the minute amount of WNBA fans that were present before Caitlin Clark, that really upsets them. But it's just the truth. The most obvious point you can make in regards to that was the ratings the other night. Caitlin Clark drew 2.12 million viewers. The Las Vegas Aces and Taurasi's Phoenix Mercury, two of the biggest teams in the league, probably the two biggest teams in the league outside of the Liberty, they drew 472,000 viewers in a game right after Clark's. In other words, Clark's game led into it, and 1.6 million viewers turned the TV off. So Caitlin Clark's carrying a lot on her shoulders. No doubt about it. So here we got Taurasi, and she's trying to walk back her comments she made. Diana Taurasi received a lot of flack for daring to suggest Caitlin Clark would have to go through a transition period in the WNBA. Now, these are not my words. This is Jack Bearer's words, whoever this guy is with Yahoo. She also wasn't wrong. 2 games into Clark's career, the former Iowa star is looking like a 22-year-old playing against full-grown professionals only a month and a half after wrapping up a college season. The Indiana Fever are 0-2, with neither game being particularly close, while Clark is shooting 30.4% from the field and 13 turnovers. Again, it could look a lot worse. 14.5 points, 3.5 rebounds, 4.5 assists, averaging 31 minutes. But the other night, she didn't get nearly enough shots. It drove me nuts. As Taurasi said last month, Clark's in a position where she's going to have to give herself some grace as a rookie facing unprecedented expectations. Taurasi spoke again about Clark on Friday during an appearance on Arizona's 98.7, noting that her previous comments were taken out of context, endorsing the idea that Clark's game will translate. Oh, you're trying to walk that back now. You're trying to walk that back. Oh, I was taken out of context. Look, she was very arrogant multiple times. Multiple times. And we know the attitude when she was doing that with Scott Van Pelt, the attitude that Diana Taurasi, this holier-than-thou attitude, that it seems like every one of these WNBA players that were playing in this league prior to Clark showing up, that attitude they've displayed. They've even tried to make it a racial issue. Aja Wilson. Quote, you know these days everything takes a life of their own, Taurasi told Arizona Sports, Bickley and Mariota on Friday. Every little snippet, every little comment, any quote taken out of context. No, we heard the quote. Look, I only said it because I watch games, and I'm sure when you talk to any professional athlete, you think about what they'll look like as a pro. How will it translate? It's going to translate like any college quarterback It's going to take time. Clark's responsibilities are especially demanding among the WNBA's much-anticipated rookie class. She joined a team that struggled enough last year to land the number 1 overall pick and was immediately designated as their primary ball handler. Really? Are you sure? No, she is not. I mean, they've had her out there playing the 2 guard. She needs to be point. Sands better get her head out of the sand real fast as coach. As Taurasi explained, being a professional is hard even when you're an elite player. Quote, I still don't feel comfortable, the 21-year-old veteran Taurasi said. Speaking on the physicality of the WNBA, it's uncomfortable. It's an uncomfortable league. It's physical. It's a grind. You never feel comfortable. You feel used to the things around you. At the same time, she's in an interesting position where she's played on the ball her whole career. Sometimes you have to play off the ball. Sometimes that's the solution. She's not getting enough touches. Not nearly enough touches. And this is what she originally said. Reality is coming. There's levels to this thing. That's just life. We all went through it. You see it in the NBA side. You're going to see it on this side where you look superhuman playing 18-year-olds, but you're going to come in with some grown women who have been playing professional basketball for a long time. Not saying it's not going to translate, but because when you're great at what you do, you're just going to get better, but there is going to be a transition period where you're going to have to give yourself some grace as a rookie. It might take a little bit longer for some people. Yeah, but it should be noted, when she was talking about this, there was a whole lot of arrogance in it. All right, especially around you're playing against 18-year-olds. Diana Taurasi had a serious attitude when she was talking about this. I don't think anybody drug her because of the fact that she said there may be a grace period. It was the way in which she said it. There was venom there. Obvious venom. I've talked about the fact Caitlin Clark has moved the needle, and these veteran players they're very jealous of the fact that they've been in the league forever and they weren't able to budge the needle. The needle never even fluttered. So these are the big games right here. Fever, June 30th, July 12th, Mercury Fever, August 16th. Wow, I need to get some glasses. So Sue Bird came out, made some comments, all right? And she talks about the fact that, look, she's just carrying a bunch of pressure on her. Quote, she has arguably the most pressure that any woman has ever had coming into the WNBA. I don't think it's even close. It is the most pressure. Sometimes it feels like the weight of the WNBA is on her shoulders. That is both a compliment and warranted in a lot of ways, but also a little bit unfair to put so much on her and then to play up her abilities in this early part would be frustrating. Bird went on to say she knows she's a special player. The thing is, you watch the game, she's not really even getting that many great looks. Very few good looks. Again, some of that is the other team's defense, so the credit there. She's played the 2 top defensive teams in the league, but some of that is figuring it out. It takes time, like we see it in every sport. A lot of times you have teams put together and you want to see it click right away, but it always takes time. The entire team looks offensively inept, and that's not helping. All right, and look, her teammates can't do much about that, but I mean, there's nobody that's going to take the pressure off, but her coach has got to get her some looks from screens and pick and rolls and all these kind of things. Drive her to the basket. All right, get those defenders off of her, get them in foul trouble. Got to figure it out. It's certainly interesting. I think it's hilarious that Taurasi's walking her comments back. Yeah, you got crushed. You did. You know, I don't think anybody didn't think there was going to be a transition. It was the attitude, and it's the blatant attitude from so many in the league. Lord knows I'm not a big Sue Bird fan. I mean, you all know that. I mean, Megan Rapinoe, Sue Bird, you get my point. But Sue Bird's right. Caitlin Clark's coming in with the entire weight of this entire league on top of her. I think she can handle it. I think she's going to handle it. But look, She's got a coach, that professional coach, coaching professional basketball. Look at your players' strengths. Utilize those strengths. She's got to take more than 8 shots. Sands has got to get her shooting 15, 18 times a game. That's just all there is to it. She can't even get in a rhythm. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.